Not by Alvaro Pereira, hit by James! Oh, what a goal! One of the greats!
James Rodriguez, the 22-year-old boy who had the whole world excited at the edge of their seats during the World Cup of 2014, where his performances gave him forever legend status in Colombia. Smashing in worldies, winning the Golden Boot, and the Puskas Award for the best goal of the year, signing with the Royal Galacticos Real Madrid, and playing alongside one of the best players of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. And even had a certain movie star wishing him a speedy recovery when injured. One can say that James had the world at his feet, but how do you go from winning the La Liga and Champions League 2 times to a beach boy in Greece? Okay. So maybe the whole beach boy narrative is a bit exaggerated. But no one can say that there hasn't been a huge drop in James' career and performances following his arrival and departure from Real Madrid. We are going to take a closer look at the story and career of the Colombian superstar James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez was born on July 12, 1991 in Cúcuta, Colombia. He started his professional career in Envigado at the age of just 14 and made history in 2006 by being the second youngest player from Colombia to take the field in a professional match. And following a successful stint in Argentina, James was signed by the leading team in Portugal, Porto, in 2010 for 5.1 million euros. This marked his first move to Europe and the start of his international career. Here he had 3 productive years before AS Monaco arrived and showed interest in James' services. Fresh off promotion, the club were backed by a Russian oligarch and spent big money on 2 Colombians, James Rodriguez and Radamel Falcao. Monaco spent 45 million euros on James and returned the favor by scoring 9 and 13 assists, leading Monaco to a second place in the French League 1. Everything was already going James' way. Then came the World Cup of 2014, which would change the career of James forever. James was selected to be a member of Colombia's 23-man World Cup squad, and he was outstanding on the group stage, particularly in the team's opening game against Greece. He contributed to the first 2 goals in that game, and then he scored a late goal. By the completion of the group stage, FIFA had named James the player who had performed best during the competition. His consistent performances during the group stage matches took Colombia to their first ever quarterfinals. His goal against Uruguay was even named the best goal in the world that year, giving him the Puskas Award. Despite James' outstanding performance, Colombia lost to Brazil in the quarterfinals by a score of 2-1. In 5 games, he finishes his first World Cup campaign with 6 goals and 2 assists, winning the Golden Boot for the tournament. After the tournament, the world's biggest club came hunting for a new Galactico. Real Madrid broke the bank and put in a reportedly 90 million euros on the table to secure James' signature. James really enjoyed his time playing for Carlo Ancelotti, the manager of Real Madrid at the time. Unfortunately, Ancelotti was sacked in 2015 and was replaced by Rafael Benitez. Benitez and James didn't exactly click, and that combined with the injury left James on the bench. Benitez would eventually get fired, and in came the French legend Zinedine Zidane, but only for the story to repeat itself. Zidane preferred other players, and James was left frustrated on the bench. It got to the point where he wanted a new challenge, and went on loan to German Macedon Bayern Munich, where Ancelotti now was a coach. The stay at Bayern was a moderate success. Ancelotti was fired from Bayern, and James returns to Real Madrid and finishes a mediocre season, before he makes a move to Everton in the Premier League. And guess who's the manager of Everton at the time? Carlo Ancelotti. Although James got a really good start at Merseyside in England with 3 goals and 3 assists in the first 3 games, I honestly think his stay at Everton in the Premier League can be summarized with the famous quote, "I don't even know who Everton plays with, if you can tell me please," when James was asked about who Everton plays this weekend. James finished the stay at Everton with 23 games, 6 goals and 4 assists in the Premier League. After the short stay at Everton, James surprisingly set sail for Qatar and the club Al Rayyan. If we purely look at the stats at Al Rayyan, it wasn't his worst spell of the career, with 15 games played delivering 5 goals and 7 assists, almost a goal per game. But his comments regarding Valencia, while under contract with Al Rayyan, might effectively have ended his career at the Qatari club. James was reported saying he would walk to Valencia if they wanted him to play with superstar Edison Cavani, and he would even take a pay cut to make it happen. This obviously caused him to fall out of favor with the Al Rayyan fans, and there wasn't really an option to continue at the club. In September 2021, James Rodriguez made a surprise move to the Greek club Olympiacos on a 2-year deal. The move to Olympiacos provided James with a new challenge and an opportunity to revive his career. Olympiacos is a well-respected club with a strong tradition of success in Greece and Europe. The club's style of play may also suit James' technical ability and creativity in the attacking third. Reason for decline. Injuries always play a huge part in the career of athletes. One critical injury can instantly destroy your whole career, and James has always been a player vulnerable to injury. If we take a look at his injury history starting from the 2011-2012 season, we can see that he has missed a lot of matches during his career, and this is something that needs to be taken into consideration when analyzing a drop in form and even a permanent decline in skill and impact on the game. Injuries take time to recover from, and maybe James has suffered from this during the years. It even got to the point where a certain movie star had to wish him a speedy recovery. One cannot doubt his love for football at a young age, being quoted saying, "I'd always liked football, but it was my dad who took me to the academy in Tolima when I was 5, that's how it started." It's hard to know what happens behind the scenes in a club and personal life of an athlete, but I mean, how can you not be motivated to put in a top-class performance with fans like this? Maybe the love for football has just faded during the years, and other things in life seem more important. The thing is that we can only speculate until James speaks about it publicly himself. And I mean, when we look at his achievements, there is no doubt that he has had a career most footballers can dream about. Winning several trophies at team level, but also personal awards. Not many players have a trophy cabinet like James Rodriguez. And when James decides to give up playing football, he might think about pursuing a career in dance. So to conclude this video, we want to ask if the decline and fall of James Rodriguez are a bit exaggerated. Of course, the spell at Everton and Al Rayyan wasn't doing him any favors, but when we look back at his career, he has obviously achieved a lot. And now playing for Olympiacos at the age of 30 is not something to take for granted. Surely the potential to dominate in one of Europe's top 4 leagues was there, but it looks like it just wasn't meant to be. Let us know in the comments what you think about James Rodriguez. And also, please let us know what athlete you want us to cover next. If you did enjoy this video, please consider dropping a like, it sure helps a lot. And if you want to, it's free to subscribe.